Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a video on holiday reads. So I picked out some books that I think would be great for holiday. Holiday reads for me are quick paced books that are still good books, but I don't have to use my brain too much to think about them. They're not heavy subject matters, there's not too many characters, and it's something that I can just slip into, but it's still a solid book that I will enjoy. So I've picked 5 novels. I've got a thriller, I've got YA, I've got horror, I've got classic, I've got a whole range, and then I have, if you're feeling fancy, 2 graphic novels and a play, if that's what you're into. I'm covering all bases right here for you, so yeah, I hope you like these books. First up, I have The Silent Wife by A.S. Harrison. Now you might have all heard about this because this is on holiday reads tables, and this is a thriller, and this is fabulous. It's about a man and woman who are married, and the man cheats on the woman, and they've been married for a really long time, and she is completely shocked by the whole thing. She thinks they're going to grow old together, so the book is kind of saying, could she kill him now? So you can feel the rage in her, but it flashes back to his life and stuff that's happened to him and her life, and how they got themselves into this mess, and that they weren't really that together. They were slowly drifting apart, and it's just about the whole thing, but it is so fast paced. Absolutely adored this, love it. Next up, I have a book that I've spoken about so much. This is A Room with a View by E.M. Forster, sorry. And this is about a girl, an English girl, who goes off to Italy. So I think it's really good for the summer because you really get the sense of like how hot Italy is, and she's walking around the heat, exploring, and yeah, be fantastic for summer. She's very sheltered and she learns things about people, the world. She meets these eccentric, cartoonish characters. There are moments in this that are so unrealistic but so funny, and they're based on true moments that you have with people, but they've just been kind of dramatised, you know. But this is really good as well, and she falls in love, and it's about the problems within that. Really love this coming of age story. I then have a YA. YA is not the devil, guys. I know some people like to say it is. It's not the devil. This is fantastic. This is Paper Aeroplanes by Dawn O. Porter, and this is a story of 2 girls' friendship. I love coming of age, teenage girl friendship things, because obviously I was once a teenage girl. This is about 2 girls. One of them is a tomboy and like mouthy, and the other one is really like shy and timid, and it's about their friendship together. It's about how they kind of fall apart and come back together, and your first real loves in life are your friends. I don't feel like they're the opposite sex or the same sex. They are your friends, the people that you surround yourself with, the people that you stay out all night texting, the people that you kind of obsess over are your besties. So it's really beautiful about teenage friendship. Also, the tomboy one has a relationship with the like shy, timid one's older brother, who he is a rat. I'll tell you about it right now. And that's really interesting, how when you're quite young you don't think about people's ulterior motives because you're quite innocent. So she's thinking, oh, he must really like me, like we're doing all this stuff together, obviously we're going to be together, but he's just using her for sex. And you realise that when you're older, and that was quite heartbreaking in the book, but really beautiful book. Loved this. The second book in the series of this 2-book thing. I haven't read it, but I really need to. Love it. I then have a book I've spoken about so much again, The Graduate by Charles Webb. A lot of you may know what this is about. Obviously, this book got turned into a huge, massive film, which people love. The Graduate is about a boy who, he comes back from college and is very disillusioned and bored with the world, and he has an affair with his parents' best friend, Miss Robinson. So he is of age. It's not any kind of Lolita story, don't worry, but she is a much older woman and she is married. This reads like a play. It's such a quick read. And then it's about the consequences of that affair, really. So everyone's saying to him, you need to date her daughter, like you two get on. So he meets her daughter and really likes her. So that's awkward, and no one knows about this affair, and it's about how they can't quite get rid of the affair. She then, Miss Robinson, panics and makes up a lie about the affair, which is huge within the book and really takes a sinister turn. Really great. This read like a thriller to me. I really thought it was. I thought it was absolutely fantastic book. Loved. Can't even speak about, like, I could speak all day about how good The Graduate is. It's fantastic. You need to read it and tell me what you think of it. I then have a horror. For my horror fans, I'm a fellow one here. Horror's my favourite genre. I thought I'd throw one in. I don't think horror is a very good holiday read because you have to really think about it and it's quite like gory, can get quite intense subject wise. So I chose this one, which I think is okay. This is Stephen King's Carrie. I really do like the book. I think it's a little bit long, a little bit waffly, Stephen, but apart from that it's good. It's about a girl who is bullied, she's an outcast, she has a really religious mother, which is so fascinating within the book, and everyone at school decides to pull this horrible prank on her, pull this prank on her when she's at prom. And she gets revenge because she has special telekinesis powers and she is going to snap on them all. And that's what it's about. And it's about the lead up to that and little incidents that happens that she thinks, oh, maybe I have got a power, maybe something weird is happening here at work, because when I have certain feelings, things happen around me, really dramatic things. She's basically Matilda, but a psycho. Then I have a play, which this is Pygmalion by Bernard Shaw. If you know the story of My Fair Lady, which is a musical and a film and all that, this is the play that was before all those. This is what inspired them all, and it's the story of a Cockney girl called Eliza Doolittle, who this man, Professor Higgins, and his friend Pickering have a bet that Higgins can turn her into a lady and make her all refined like a lady in London society of that time. This was so funny though, the sass in it of Higgins, because he is so rude, but then also the sass of Eliza, and Pickering was so hilarious in it as well. It's just such a fun comedy read for me. I then have 2 graphic novels. Now, I don't take graphic novels on holiday or when I'm travelling because they're too big. Let's be honest, you don't want to hoik that around with you, and if you've paid quite a lot of money, £14 for a graphic novel, and I don't, I feel like I'm being robbed when I buy graphic novels, but I understand you're paying for the art, so you're paying for more, and it's colour print, I get it, but I'm still like, could have gone to the bloody cinema with that. I have 2 graphic novels which are absolutely fantastic, and they're nice paperback, small size. So these are both by Raina Tellemia. How many times am I going to say her word? I think it's Tellemia. I think that's her name. I say it badly every time. And she writes about her own life, and they're snapshots to certain parts within her life. So Sisters is about a road trip her and her sister went on in real life when they were kids, and it's really funny and sweet, and it has a lot of heart and soul. Very Disney style art style, as you can see, incredibly cute, very quick reads. But they're quick reads and they're sweet, but then they also do have this kind of depth to them about real life and the bittersweetness of growing up. And I think we romanticise childhood as this always fantastic time, but then when you read actual books of people, you know, looking back on their childhoods and talking about certain things, you're like, it's actually really difficult, like making friends and then having to be with those people every single day, and then living like with your parents and your siblings, and you might not get on with your sibling. Like, it's a stressful time really when you think about it. But you think there's no commitment, but you have to go to school every day, and if you're going to school with people that you don't like or horrible to you, it's horrendous. If you don't get on with your sibling and you share a room with them, that's awful. You know, there's so many little things like that. You can't choose when you go out. As an adult, if I want to go out, I can go out, but as a child, you can't. So, yeah, she just talks about those kind of little things, like annoyances of being a kid, which is really realistic. So it's not always happy and everything. It's not always smiley, and the next one's called Smile. It's not a series, you can read it in any way you want, and she's written other ones. This is about a time she had braces, and she had braces for a really long time. She had completely perfect teeth. Then she was in the Girl Scouts and she fell over and mangled her teeth, and she had to have like hip braces, and it talks about the actual pain of having braces. Stopped smiling because you're self-conscious, and about just friendships. This one is a general one about teen friendships and knowing who your real friends are and toxic friendships and all that kind of stuff. So that's it. I'm going to stop babbling. I've spoken for too long. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you check out these holiday reads. Tell me what you'll be reading on holiday, or if you're going to pick up any of these, as I hope you do. Hope you have great holidays wherever you go. I'm going camping in the UK. Camping. We've had great weather, so I think it'll be okay, but me, this sass queen, in the wild, in a tent. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably make a video about it. Anyway, I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.